Okay, I'll explain a day on set for you, or just kind of what the experience was like shooting mainstream. So typically, if you were a B-list performer like me, somebody else who was booked for a scene would cancel last minute, and I would get a notification, an email, a text from my agent saying, "Are you available tomorrow?" Last minute. It'll be like 10 p.m. the night before. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm available. And they're like, okay, we'll send over the script as soon as we get it. Send over the shoot list. You know, you never know when you're gonna get this thing. It could be like an hour before your scene, but they send something over. So you open it up and it's this ridiculous scene of like bad grammar, you know, just a script that's pieced together, like teen looks under bed, MILF fingers her, just stupid shit. Always has to do with some faux cest scene. You're reading it, rolling your eyes. You look at the wardrobe list and it's like, you know, bring all the lingerie that you have and all the heels and all the MILF dresses. And I'm like, I'm 30 something, I'm petite, like 110 pounds. I don't know what the fuck a MILF dress is. I'm like, okay, here's this ugly dress with sunflowers on it. I think in one of my videos that went viral where I was an extra, and there's a line where I'm talking to my husband, the stepdad or whatever he is, and I'm like, oh my God, the kids, they just had sex. And the stepdad is like, Lexi, do you ever shut the fuck up? And in the comments, someone was like, that dress is hideous. I don't know. I got it from Target. They don't supply the wardrobe. I don't know what a mom wears. I don't know. I would just wear this if I was a mom, but apparently that's not MILF material. Also, lingerie, it's like expensive. You have to provide all of your own lingerie. I basically had a suitcase that was always packed with just like all the lingerie that I owned. And I felt like it was never enough. Like you'd show up to set and they'd be like, is this all you have? Like, oh, provide some wardrobe for me, bitch. Like, why don't you have a budget that's greater than $2 fucking? So this scene that I'm thinking of, I show up and it's at, you know, there's a few standard like shoot houses. It's just people that rent them out for the adult industry, and you know, people become kind of regulars. They're like this, you know, you develop relationships with these people, so you're like, okay, fine, I'll always rent my house out so that you can shoot porn here. And there's only a few people who kind of want that. So it's like there's these set mansions or big homes in the Hollywood Hills and the Valley that we typically shoot out of. And I show up at one of the homes and it's a newer company. There's always these random new companies popping up that is just like a camera guy, a director, and like a sound guy. And they had nothing on set for us to drink or eat. Like they didn't even have water bottles. You have to provide your own or starve or pay for Uber Eats. And they're also running so behind. It's like a shit show. It's just, you might as well be, it's like a high school project. Like it's so unorganized. It's so amateur that you would laugh that this is like a professional shoot. And there's so many scenes I can think of where you show up for like one shoot and they're trying to like milk you for more. And especially if you're new. And so like, they'd be like, oh, you know, we booked you for a girl, boy, but do you think you could do like a solo JOI? And then let's do an extended, you know, girl scene where you guys are kissing and making out and fingering each other, and then you come for 15 minutes before we bring the guy in. So back to this one scene where they didn't have, or shoot, where they didn't have any water, food, and I'm sitting there for like hours because they are just running so far behind. And if you're lucky, you have a makeup artist. If you're like an A-list performer, you typically will have a makeup artist, but for performers of my level, like hardly. And I'm terrible at doing makeup, especially doing makeup for the camera. It's like a whole skill set in itself. So I show up with my like ugly sunflower Target dress, not knowing what a MILF wears, and my cheap lingerie and my bad makeup. You know, they usually have you go outside by the pool and do stills for the scene where they tell you to like pose sexy. And if you don't have any camera experience, you're just like, how does this look? It's like your first time, you don't know what you're doing. And when you're 18, when you're a teen, it's cute. Like, fine, you can get away with it. She doesn't know what she's doing. But when you're playing like the MILF, when you're 32 years old or however old I was, like, it's not sexy. It's not cute. You have to adapt like this. It's just like sink or swim. They throw you into the deep end. On this particular day, they had me doing an office scene. They're running behind. There's nothing to drink. There's nothing to eat. You're sitting there bored out of your mind, waiting. Most of shooting adult porn is just sitting on set waiting for something to happen. And they finally get me into the office where we are shooting some office theme. And it's just like, okay, we need 2 minutes there. It's very clinical. I'm sorry, I'm sure you want to hear that it's like sexy as fuck, and I got to work with this porn star who I had a huge crush on, but like most of it is like clinical, and like we need 2 minutes of insertion here. We need 2 minutes in missionary on the desk. We need 2 minutes in doggy from behind. Now 3 minutes of blowjob. So it's just like hitting the positions and trying to do the dialogue, which you have about like 1 or 2 chances to say. And if you just don't say it right, then they're like, we don't have time for this, you know, moving on. These people are particularly amateur and running so far behind and off schedule. And the family like opens up the garage and they start to pull in with the car, and they're like, oh my God, holy shit, the family's home, you guys, we gotta go. And like, they're like, come on, grab the set. And they're like having the sound guy like take the set down and like pack up the car. And the director like turns to talent and he says, you have 1 minute to come. And the guy like whips his dick out and he's just like jerking off like, I don't know, freight train. And he's like, get on your knees, come on her face. And he like comes on my face. And they don't even have wet wipes on set in this particular set, because why would they? They don't even have water for you on set. So the family is pulling in and I have cum all over my face and nothing to even wipe it on. I'm like running to the bathroom and trying to like grab their hand towels. And then the director and the camera guy, everyone gets into their cars and they start to pull away. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm in this house with this family. Like there's this, you know, porn star in here. Like I gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm a porn star. And, in quotes. I run outside and the director's like, as they're pulling out, he's like, go to the diner down the street. It was like some Applebee's, you know, and I was like, oh my God. And I get into my car and I follow them in their car and we go to sit down at the restaurant, and they order food for the crew. And they do not offer food to me or the other talent who was like trapped on set for hours and hours. And they're like, okay, like here's your check, bye. And I was like, okay, thanks. At least I actually got paid. So a regular day on set of just, you never know what new shit show is gonna pop up. It was just, that was a normal day. And that is all. And, and scene.